Bismillah. Okay, today's podcast, as per usual, is sponsored by Human Appeal. Make sure you donate to the link in my bio below to support the people of Palestine. Again, just because Ramadan's over doesn't mean our charity is over. This episode is going to be a very short one today because, again, it just kind of inspired. I'm going to try and cut it down to about 8 minutes. If I can go lower, I'll try. But it was just a thought that came as I was talking to one of my friends right now. And it also reminded me of a quote, a passage. Not a passage, a quote. Yeah, a quote I read from a book. And I'll read the quote out as well because that's what's going to more kind of kickstart this thought. But it's the idea of to stop, to live life. Sorry, I'm a little bit ill. To live life, and what I mean by living life is to stop, like, the best way to describe it is, let's say something happens in your life. I feel like everyone's being really careful with life, and in that, they're missing out on life. Whether it be like, for example, when I went Senegal, let's say when I went Senegal, the price it cost for my ticket and everything else there, I knew that was going to be my last amount for like until the next wave of money came. So I knew in that moment, I was like, and then sometimes you don't even know when that next amount of money comes, but it always comes. And the thing is, I was like, I could have, if I would have just looked at it from a logical perspective, and I would have seen like, oh well, I should be right. I should be smart with this money because, again, me spending all the money on me going to Senegal right now doesn't seem like the best thing. Okay, and I think the important thing is it wasn't also for a motive as well. Like, it was something to do with something I respect and something I value very highly, which is spirituality and God. But again, it's like to stop. I feel like if you look around the world or society at the moment, everyone is playing defense. That's what it is. It's like if you look at society right now, everyone is playing defense. Everyone is, and what I mean by everyone is playing defense. Yes, that's what I mean. Everyone in society, if you look around society, everyone is playing defense. Everyone's not trying to get their heart broke. So as a reflection of that, people are becoming much more colder because they don't want to open up to someone because they fear that they might get their heart broke. And for me, when you interact with life like this, you live a lifeless life because you're always in this very timid state. And I don't believe that's the way we should be living if we want to live a fulfilling, full life. Again, if you want to live a life of like security and all these little things, then okay, do it. But for me, like, the reason why people sometimes, and the people I'm around as well, we live very prosperous lives. And I don't mean, money wise and blah, 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 even though that does come. But I'm saying, not even talking from a money perspective. I'm talking from a life lived perspective. Like, when I go through the places I've been, the things I've done, the experience I've experienced at such a young age, I'm looking at it, I'm like, why have I lived a life like this? And I look around the people around me, it's like, because we all live like this. These are things we value. We value life. Therefore, we are eager to, we're eager to live it. And I feel like when you find people that are eager to live life, like if you have people in your circle and they're like, the people, like, for example, the people that I call friends, if we all had the money and we all had the time, which sometimes we do have both, we could call any one of us and be like, let's go Morocco tomorrow, let's go Morocco tonight, let's go. I cannot tell you, the flight I just got from Senegal, I booked 10 hours before the flight left. I booked the flight 10 hours before the flight left. Morocco, me and my brother have booked a flight about 6 hours before the flight was about to take off. How many times we've done this is is pretty much all of our flight. I can't remember the last flight I booked and I knew like maybe a week in advance I was going. Like that's again, find people that are excited to live life. Again, yes, you have to tie your camel. The famous Arabic, I think it's not Arabic saying, it's a hadith, isn't it? Yeah, it's hadith. When the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam says tie your camel, but it means just like, yeah, make the adjustments that need to be made, but go out and do like step with a bit of faith. But there was a passage I just wanted to read from, I can't remember, I think it was from The Way of the Superior Man. I know a lot of people don't like that book, but there's a lot in that book I like. Where is it? Okay, cool. So this is one of the quotes, and I feel like it accurately depicts what I'm trying to say right now. It says, "Closing down in the midst of pain is a denial of a man's true nature. A superior man is free in feeling and action, even amidst great pain and hurt. If necessary, a man should live with a hurting heart rather than a closed one. He should learn to stay in the wound of pain and act with spontaneous skill and love even from that place." So what he's saying from this perspective is like, again, society, they've closed down. They don't want to get hurt no more, so nobody wants to love anymore. Nobody wants to get hurt anymore, so nobody wants to love anymore. And everyone's money's been like a big topic of discussion right now. So everyone's trying to save money because, again, the opposite sex likes money, and money is this, and it's like, and a sacrifice to all these things. We're sacrificing life. We are not living to the fullest anymore. Now, some people might disagree with me and be like, you know what, Umar, I don't care what you say anyway. I'm going to live this life because this is the most logical way of living. And that is fine. If you want to live a life like a armchair philosopher and just go and try and interact with everything through logic and blah blah blah, because that's what you believe is a manly or masculine way of living, it's all, I'm not going to swear because it's sponsored by YouReveal, but it's all not true. It's all not true, because when you go through life, because when you go through life and it's like, oh yeah, everything's logic and everything's, but if I can't think it, then I can't. You literally are only interacting with this word on a physical level. Now, if you're a religious person or you claim to be a spiritual person, you then cannot move with that ideology of like, oh, everything's based on logic and blah blah blah, because we believe in the spiritual, we believe in the metaphysical as well. So there are other forces that we can't see being at hand right now. So again, and for me, it was just a thing of, again, I see this a lot with people, especially in today's society, especially in young men. I think it's good that they are fighting and they're trying to live. They're trying to make better decisions. I'm always a advocate of making better decisions, and if those decisions lead you to live a more freeing life, like I'm describing now, then cool, so be it. But sometimes, again, just not make a bad decision. Because, for example, someone would look at the decision I made when I was like, okay, so all I've got in my account is what I've got in my account. Senegal's probably going to take all that out because we want to live good and blah. I was like, let's do it. You know what I mean? And it's like, and again, someone would come up to me and was like, oh, that was a bad decision. But that was, again, that's a trip I'm never going to forget in my life. I've never forgot any of the trips, and I've been on a lot of them, alhamdulillah. I'm never going to forget any trip I've ever taken with my friends. That's you know what, that's it. And I swear by that. Wallahi, I have never regretted taking a trip with my friends to Morocco, to Senegal, to Mauritania, to France, to wherever we've gone, to Germany, wherever we've gone. I've never regretted that. Even if when someone looks at it logically and they go, oh, well, that wasn't the best move because you didn't have the finances to do it. But I don't care. Like, again, my life isn't a life of, oh, when I die, how much money did I leave in the bank account for my kids? I want to be a person that when my kids come to me, I have experiences and life lessons and wisdom that you can only get from traveling with people, from meeting new people. I want to give that to my kids. 100%. If I can give wealth to my kids, generational wealth and land and money and businesses, again, I'm working towards that. But at the same time, I'm trying to live a life. I'm not here to be a part of this. I don't know. I feel like it's this very robotic society we're becoming. And it's just, that's why sometimes I look at it and I look at the way people live it, bro, it disgusts me. But anyway, I don't want to get too much into that. But anyway, that was just one of the thoughts I had today. Don't make bad decisions, but just live a little. That's all I'm asking. All I'm asking is that we start to live a little. But yeah, alhamdulillah. But yeah, make sure and along from that, and be giving as well. So even if you don't have the money to give charity, go in the link in my bio right now and donate to charity, because the people of Palestine, they need it. And I'm smiling when I say this, but it's not a smiling matter. It's not a smiling matter. It's a very serious matter. But no, subhanallah. But no, we do need to live life a bit more. Know that there's the spiritual side of life, and we need to feed that in ourselves. It's not all about logic. And I'm one of those people as well. Don't get it twisted. I'm very I'm into philosophy. I'm into all the Greek philosophy and Stoicism, which is very much logic and this and that. But at the same time, there is a metaphysical, spiritual side of life that I am fully aware of, and I take very seriously. So yeah, I will see you in tomorrow's episode. I'll see you in tomorrow's episode. Hope you all having a great day and have a great tomorrow, and God eases all the struggles and pains that you are going through, so you can start to live an actual fulfilling life rather than stressing about things that are man-made and God did not want us to stress about. Alright, cool. Assalamu alaikum.